Well, howdy y'all, welcome back to the Social Regressive. Last year I used 6.8 Western to very good effect on my deer hunt, and if you want to check out those videos, I'll put them up here. So what am I using this year? I am using the CMMG Resolute in 350 Legend. This is not your average carbine. This is, a 16-inch barrel right here, but these are just wonderfully accurate, very well built. This is the level 300 that has a really good trigger in it and a very effective muzzle brake. And that's what I want to talk about today here, because CMMG has they've kind of created their own line of products that they're selling everywhere. It's on Midway, it's on Brownells. You probably find some of these things on Amazon. Who knows where we're going to find these? I'll put links to some of the things down below. But all the stuff that they've been building for themselves, for their own rifles, they're finally really making available as its own distinct line. So this muzzle brake that you see up here, that just has a single chamber and it has a couple of little ports up top to help to reduce the muzzle rise. These are wonderfully effective, and I've used these on a variety of their rifles. I've used it on 6.5 Creedmoor, here on 350 Legend, 5.7 by 28, even though it doesn't really need much. Yeah, these actually do work quite well. And they've come up with one new product that we're going to be testing out soon here. I got this 9mm linear compensator. So if you have a 9mm Banshee or another 9mm AR or something like 350 Legend, then this will just swap out in place here. And yeah, this is the linear compensator. So this has some extra ports that point forward. Here, let's go ahead and bust this thing out so you guys can get a good look. But the first ones of these that came out, the linear compensators, they were huge. They had a really, really large barrel to them. And they're designed to really kind of blow all that blast forward. You take all those gases that would normally be coming out of a muzzle brake to the sides or maybe even a little backward and hitting everybody. Like you can see here, the gases would just blow out the sides and out the top here. This one takes those gases and sends them forward. So we have a bunch of little ports that kind of gobble up that gas that's coming through, and they continue it in that forward direction. Now, this is kind of a strange little device. I've heard people wondering what these are all about. Does this reduce your recoil? No, not really. It doesn't have any of those planar surfaces to kind of, push back on the rifle. So it is not going to do that. It doesn't reduce the report of the rifle because all those gases are still just blowing out the front. Some people say that it might reduce the report to the shooter's ear since it's kind of blasting more forward, but then we've seen some decibel tests that kind of show that that's not really the case. It still seems to be just as loud at the shooter's ear. The reports vary on that one. The one thing that everybody can agree on is that it does keep the gases kind of going forward, like I mentioned, and that's just going to keep dust and other stuff out of your face and maybe out of the faces of your neighbors especially. So people next to you aren't going to get smacked in the face. But there is one more thing that I want to test on this. Since this is kind of dispersing those gases, broadening them out, I'm really curious to see if this is going to reduce muzzle flash at all. In which case, this might be a really cool little product to keep on this rifle, especially for nighttime sort of work. Like maybe if we're dealing with hogs, this might be something to pop on here. And we're going to see how this compares. How much does this reduce recoil versus this? And how much muzzle flash reduction can we get? So I'm going to head out here at night and we'll test this out pretty soon. But yeah, take a look at the rest of the Zeroed products. CMMG has come up with a whole bunch of really cool stuff over time. They have all kinds of ambidextrous latches, and they have their own line of grips, all kinds of stuff. One of the really cool things about the Zeroed line is that they've managed to keep their prices pretty reasonable. So for example, the grip that they have that's very much like this MOE just has, a little bit chunkier grip on here so that you can get a little bit more purchase. This should be competitive with the Magpul MOE that you see right here. And the muzzle brakes as well. They are very competitive in the industry. And as you can see, they keep things very lightweight. They're very small. You can get into some that are just gigantic. And yes, they may be more effective somewhat, but yeah, they're gonna cost a whole lot more in terms of weight. So yeah, check their stuff out. Let me know what you guys think. Like I say, I've been using these parts anyway for a long time because they've been coming on, especially these 300 level CMMG rifles. And it's just cool to see them available if you want to build your own. Thanks a lot, you guys. I will see you in the next video. Hey, I'm going to put some names of folks that have made videos like these possible. Thanks a lot, patrons of the Destructive Arts. They've also made the shirts that you see here possible. So yeah, if you want to be able to stick a finger in the eye of multiple federal agencies at the same time, check out what I put together with the fully immunized line of clothing. It's going to be down below the description here on YouTube. See you guys around.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Even if you didn't like this particular content, go ahead and subscribe. There's probably something coming that's more up your alley. Check out this playlist right here. This is going to have videos in a similar vein to what you just watched. These two videos we cherry-picked for you. And finally, The Social Regressive is on Patreon. So, you can become a patron of the Destructive Arts and earn some goodies while helping us to provide high-quality videos just by kicking us a few bucks a month. Thanks a bunch for your patronage.